Welcome back. Well, last week in his medium-term budget policy statement, the Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana said National Treasury needed to work with municipalities to try and manage the problems created by their massive debts to Eskom. Many councils have applied to have their Eskom debt written off. However, the way you buy and sell electricity is changing. Now, that means councils aren't able to make money from the on-selling of electricity from Eskom. Well, let's speak now to Dr. Thina, a specialist on local government, and the mayor of the Tshwete local municipality, Councillor Mhlonishwa Masilela. Good afternoon to you both. Mr. Mayor, if I may just start with you, how difficult is it for your council to actually be financially sustainable in this environment, to simply raise revenue?
No, thank you very much, Stephen and Grootes, in your newsroom. Viewers, my name is Mhlonishwa Masilela from Tshwete local municipality. We, as a municipality, want to thank our people from Tshwete that are paying the services. We are sitting at 91% as we are speaking. And also, we are not owing Eskom.
So at the moment, I mean, is it easy to get a 91% revenue collection rate? That's much higher than many other municipalities. Do you worry that in the future you won't be able to make as much money from the on-selling of electricity?
Currently, we are sitting at 91%. Only September, we are at 91%. But under difficult times that were coming from COVID-19, but our people are still paying for their services, and we encourage that so that they continue to pay their services.
Dr. Nzo, when we look ahead to the future, and the Finance Minister spoke about this in his medium-term budget policy statement, it seems that there are very difficult times ahead for councils, and most of those problems are financial.
Absolutely, Stephen. I mean, for example, we've got Steve Tshwete here with us, who does have a very good payment regime towards electricity that is provided by Eskom. But then, you know, if you look at the trajectory when you analyze the data when it comes to the way in which a municipality is supposed to generate revenue from electricity sales, municipalities are experiencing difficulties in doing that because, first and foremost, we've got to take into account that there are rising electricity prices, and also there is what we call energy and poverty, where communities are struggling to find ways in which they can purchase electricity in an affordable manner. And then lastly, you know, municipalities are also faced with the constraint that they're experiencing decline in their margins when it comes to bulk purchasing due to these tariff hikes. So indeed, while, you know, we have municipalities such as Steve Tshwete who are having residences who are paying, but in the future the projections are really going to look not so great.
Mayor Masilela, I mean, if you weren't able to make money from selling electricity, what would happen? How important is the on-selling of electricity to your revenue?
As well as every municipality, we have policies that make sure that people, if they want to pay, they pay before the 7th on the month, and make sure that if there's arrangement, they do arrangement. But currently that we're facing the cable theft and vandalism of our infrastructure is so difficult for people that are paying services. And every day, if it's load shedding, we don't get services as the people of Tshwete. So as a municipality, we don't deserve a load shedding because we're paying our rates on time in Eskom.
Okay. And how important, I mean, you make money from selling electricity. That's how the system is supposed to work. If people made their own electricity and didn't buy electricity from you, what would happen to your finances?
This is going to be a serious problem as we're facing now as a cable theft that we're losing every day if it's load shedding. We're losing a lot of money in terms of the cable to replace, and we're managing the time frame in terms of connecting the cables. But at the same time, as this load shedding, we believe that as people of Tshwete in Mpumalanga, we not deserve load shedding. We believe that if the minister can come on board, also that we get a relief in terms of reducing from the NERSA the units that we're buying currently because it's so expensive for our people.
Dr. Nzo, I mean, we're seeing the way that people use electricity, generate their own electricity, changing. Do councils need to sort of get ahead of this? What options are there for councils to try and make sure that they're sustainable in the long term?
Stephen, currently, you know, we are talking about the current, debt relief that municipalities who cannot afford to pay Eskom the debts that they owed, with regards to them following certain control measures. But then, when we now have to look at the long-term and the sustainability of access to electricity, the affordability for residents to actually be able to get power into their homes, we have to look for alternative methods. And we are dealing with a situation where South Africa has really pushed ahead, with the RIPP program, the Renewable Energy Program for Independent Power Producers. And this is something that has been coming, and we are talking about how we can decentralize and find alternative ways in which municipalities can get, electricity at a lower rate than they are getting currently from Eskom. And that means that municipalities will have to start looking at constructing or developing their own integrated resource plans to be aligned with that of National Treasury in order for them to start moving.
The local government specialist, right. We'll leave that conversation there for the moment. Dr. Nzor, thank you very much indeed. Mhlonishwa Masilela, the executive mayor, of the Tshwete local municipality, sir, I do appreciate your time. Thank you.